Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of System Update. As always, we'll be covering 3 topics related to the world of gaming and my recommended game of the week, so let's jump right into it. The popular gaming franchise, Grand Theft Auto, has surpassed 220 million copies shipped. To clear up any confusion, it's not just one GTA game, but the series altogether. According to a Wikipedia article, the only franchises that have sold higher than GTA are Super Mario at 297.88 million copies. Well, if you count Mario as a whole, the RPGs, Mario Kart, and all the spin-offs, it has actually shipped 509 million copies, and Pokemon at 270 million. Call of Duty is right behind it at 175 million. And this achievement is very well deserved, as GTA is an amazing game series and not a single one has been bad. At least, not one that I can name. Congrats to Rockstar Games for this glorious achievement. Please continue to make amazing video games. Right when you thought Chat Roulette was just boobs and dong, which, to be fair, it is, a group of people made a first-person shooter in real-life game inside this famed site. If you don't know what Chat Roulette is, it is a site where you get to set up a video chat with a random person on the internet, and you can become friends and have good internet times. Well, that's only half true. The site is notorious because 9 out of 10 times, rather than a connection with a jolly other fellow, you'll get a nice view of a sad middle-aged man's penis. Nevertheless, every now and then you'll actually get something interesting. A few people who clicked through the roulette came across this fun game. Here's how it worked. Once the game started, people would give the person commands, and the person would do it. Example, at the beginning, the player is in a room next to a body. The person would ask, "What do I do?" and the player would say something like, "Poke the body." The whole thing was extremely well put together and had very impressive amounts of detail. If the player won, the crew behind the game would show up and congratulate you. The video is very entertaining and I highly recommend you watch it. They even have a behind the scenes video in case you are interested in that. Those guys are truly talented. Also, I just realized Chat Roulette is kind of a statement on life itself. If you can wade your way through all the dicks, you might find something truly amazing. Team Meat put aside the development of Super Meat Boy Forever to work on Mewgenics, their in-development game about cat breeding. Then, Ed McMillan put that aside to work on his newest small project, Fingered. After that launched, McMillan went back to working on the new Meat Boy game. Unfortunately, Mewgenics is once again put on hold for a while. Fortunately, Meat Boy is back in development. Super Meat Boy Forever is back in development again, and it is my primary project at this point now that Afterbirth is basically complete on my end, and Fingered is almost out, said McMillan. Afterbirth is a DLC for Binding of Isaac Rebirth. He also said that Mew is on hold till Forever is released, which nothing has been said on when it will be released other than when it's done. Whatever McMillan is working on, I'm sure it will be well worth the wait. And now, moving on to the recommended game of the week. This week, the game I recommend is Chrono Trigger for the Super Nintendo. I started playing this game because the 20th anniversary of the game was on Saturday, the 22nd. It is known for being one of the greatest JRPGs of all time, and I can safely say that it is a truly great game and holds up amazingly. This game came out in 1995 for the Super Nintendo and was very advanced for its time, and it's even impressive for now. The game's story is immersive and beautiful, and the gameplay is very engaging and fun. The fights are turn-based, but you can make it so that enemies can attack while you are deciding what your next move will be. So, you know, even when you're flipping through menus, enemies can go ham on you, which just makes the battles so much more interesting and so much more exciting. Besides the fights, you can explore an interesting open world that changes as the game goes on. When I said that the game was advanced for its time, I meant it. You are constantly given decisions, and they all have their own rewards and consequences. The world changes, and characters have different dialogues depending on what you do. Eating some guy's lunch 10 minutes into the game has a major consequence 3 hours later. You know, you would never think that would do anything. And the game has tons of endings, somewhere around 13 to 20. There was a lot of endings in this game. That is truly amazing for a SNES game. Even for a modern game, a lot of games only have, moral choice, or usually have moral choices for their end game. Either be good guy, save people, or be bad guy, don't, However, this game has like 13 endings, which is impressive, especially for its time. If you don't own a SNES, which I'm assuming a lot of people don't, you can buy it on the Nintendo eShop, on the Wii U and Wii. And if you don't have either of those, you can always use an emulator, which I totally don't use, because that would be illegal, and illegal is wrong. I don't use a SNES emulator. However you choose to play it, Chrono Trigger is an amazing experience that I recommend. Make sure you have plenty of time on your hand though, as the game's story can be around 25 hours long. Thank you all for watching this episode of System Update. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, and please leave feedback in the comments telling me how I can improve. And if you want to catch next week's episode, then go ahead and subscribe. They're uploaded every Monday at 3 PM Pacific Standard Time. That's all for today. I will see you in next week's episode. Goodbye.